Puerto Rico is a land still claimed as property under a sun that has lived lifetimes of indigenous births and deaths, and now watches greed overtake, reaching, measuring, dividing, and attempting to turn sacred ground into transaction. There are people and there are places that remember before fences or permits, before a language of ownership replaced a language of belonging. This land remembers footsteps that did not ask permission to exist or stay, waters that are not interrupted by construction trucks, and coasts that belong to no one and therefore to itself. Today, in front of the Capitol, the present collided with that memory. Bodies gathered, where policy is written, where decisions are made in rooms that rarely hear the ocean nor follow the tides. We came with voices and signs and a quiet understanding that something is being taken deliberately and in the most callous and indifferent manner. Puerto Rico's government calls it PC-25, a proposal that signifies death, a series of words arranged carefully enough to obscure what they are moving us toward, because it is never presented as loss, even though that's exactly what it is. They present it as order, development, and progress, but this land has felt the difference. It is not the start of a new chapter, but the middle of an old story, one that has played tricks on us, distorting reality and hiding chapters. Boundaries are to be redrawn, and they're chipping away at protections until the coast, that thin breathing edge between land and water, becomes something that can be taken away from us. The colonizers never left. They just left their faithful slaves to keep the system in place and keep it ready for those who arrive with capital and who see an indigenous shoreline as potential. People who do not have to remember what existed before because they plan to simply build over it. But today, people did not sit at home in defeat. They stood in front of the Capitol as witnesses to a pattern that has repeated across generations, watching a government that speaks of growth while eroding the ground beneath our feet. There are no illusions in this crowd, just clarity, that this is not just a bill, it's a trajectory that we aim to derail, because we will not bid our coasts goodbye so that they can take them. What is at stake is not abstract. It is the right to stand on the land your grandmother called home. We are the stewards of Borican, and our land calls on us to defend her. So we will gather as often as we need to, under this same sun, on this same land, until there are thousands at our shoulders to make the message clear. We refuse. We refuse to forget who we are and what this land is to us. We refuse to negotiate away our ability to watch the sunrise from the very beaches our grandparents also visited. We refuse to be reduced to things they can simply wipe away. These truths do not require legislation, and one of them still echoes across water and time, across every generation that has stood here. Esta tierra es nuestra y no la vamos a regalar. And if that truth is challenged, we'll be here to defend it.